Hello boys and girls, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about multiplying and dividing one-step equations. So the other day we talked about adding and subtracting, and we're going to continue to add and subtract, but now we're also going to be able to multiply and divide. So our objective for today is I will be able to solve one-step equations by multiplying and dividing rational numbers. So solving equations, the steps to solving equations is the same as we had before. So step 1, draw the line through the equal sign. Step 2, use the inverse operation to isolate the variable. And step 3, check your work. So remember, the inverse operation is the opposite operation. So use the inverse operation to isolate the variable. So division is multiplication and multiplication is division. Those are their inverses. So let's look at some examples. So first things first, draw that line down the equal sign. And we have negative 4x is equal to 16. Well, to get rid of that negative 4, we need to do the inverse operation, which is division. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 4. Negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1, so these cancel out, leaves us just with x. 16 divided by negative 4 is negative 4. So now let's check our work. We have negative 4 times negative 4 is equal to 16. Right, negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. So this does check out. Our answer is x is equal to negative 4. Let's take a look at the next one. 1/2 x equals 3/4. So draw the line down the equal sign. So to get rid of this 1/2, we need to divide both sides by 1/2. 1/2 divided by 1/2 is just x. Okay, 3/4 divided by 1/2. Let's rewrite this. 3/4 divided by 1/2 just so we can see it a little bit better. Okay, we like to see this because we can keep, change, flip this equation. So 3/4, we're keeping 3/4 the same. We're changing the division to the multiplication, and we're flipping the 1/2 to 2/1. Right, so 3 times 2 is 6, and 4 times 1 is 4. When we reduce that, we simply get 3/2. Now, I don't care if you keep it as an improper fraction or if you say, Miss Sandwich, that is 1.5. Okay, so now let's check our work. And the reason why I don't care if we do this is because as we check our work, the fraction is going to be a little bit easier for us to see. So 1/2 times 3/2, we should get that to equal to 3/4. 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 2 is 4, so this indeed does check out. Right, so we know that our answer that we found is correct. Alright, so now we have negative 1.6y is equal to 9. So let's take a look. We draw our line down the equals, and we need to get rid of this negative 1.6y, isolate the variable by division. These cancel out, so we get y is equal to, now we have y is equal to 9 divided by 1.6. Well, we want to get rid of this decimal point, so we need to move it over on both parts of the equation. So now we have 16 divided by 90. We ask ourselves, how many times does 16 go into 9? Well, it can't. Right? How many times does 16 go into 90? It can go in 5 times. 16 times 5 is 80. 90 minus 80 is 10. Okay, add the decimal and the 0, bring them down. Alright, so how many times does 16 go into 100? Well, 16 go into 100 6 times, and that gives us 96. 100 minus 96 is 4. Bring down that 0. How many times does 16 go into 40? Well, that only goes in twice. 16 times 2 is 32. 40 minus 32 is 8. Bring down the 0. How many times does 16 go into 80? It goes in exactly 5 because 16 times 80 is 80. And when you subtract, you finally get our 0. So we know that y is equal, or 9 divided by negative 1.6 is equal to negative 5.625. Right? Now let's check our work. Right, so we have negative 1.6 times negative 5.625 is equal to 9. Alright, so we want to multiply. Remember when we multiply, we want to put the more digit number on the top. Just makes our lives a little bit easier. You don't have to, but we're all about the easiness. Right, so 6 times 5 is 30. 0, carry the 3. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. So 5, carry the 1. 6 times 6 is 36, plus 1 is 37. So 7, carry the 3. And then we have 6 times 5 is 30, and we have 33. Okay, we need to add 0 for the place. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 6 is 6. And 1 times 5 is 5. Now we add these together. 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus that last one is 10. Carry the 1. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Carry the 1. 5 plus 3 is 8, plus that last one is 9. Alright, now we need all of the, to move our decimal. So we need to move it 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we do get 9. So we get 9 is equal to 9. That checks out. We know that we did it correctly. Alright, so now let's look at our division problems. Alright, so m divided by 3, remember this fraction bar, the same thing as division. M divided by 3 is equal to negative 9. Right, so m divided by 3 is equal to negative 9. We drew the line. Now we need to get rid of this 3. The opposite of division is multiplication, so times 3 on both sides. The division and the multiplication cancel out, so m is equal to, and we have negative 9 times 3. So negative 9 times 3 is negative 27. Let's plug that into check. Negative 27 divided by 3 is, in fact, negative 9. So it checks out. We know that m is equal to negative 27. Let's take a look at this example. We have y divided by 2/3. So what we need to do, y divided by 2/3 is equal to 3. We need to multiply both sides by 2/3. These cancel out. We get y is equal to, so now we have 3 over 1 times 2/3. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we know that y is equal to 2. We can check that out by plugging it in. So let's check. 2 divided by 2 over 3 is equal to 3. Okay, remember we have to keep change flip. So 2 over 1 times 3 over 2 is equal to 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. So 6 over 2 is equal to 3. It checks out. Y does in fact equal to 2. Alright, and let's look at this example. Z divided by, or z over 0.8 is equal to 4.6. Right, so to get rid of that 0.8, to isolate the variable, we need to multiply by 0.8 on both sides. Okay, these cancel out. That leaves z is equal to, okay, now we need to do 4.6 times 0.8. Okay, 6 times 8 is 48. 8 times 4 is 32. Okay, 32 plus 4 is 36. We need to move it over 2 places, so we get 3.68. Right, we can check our work with 3.68 divided by 0.8 is equal to 46. And when you do all of the math with this, it does in fact equal to 4.6. Alright, so it checks out. Okay, and it is z is equal to 3.68. Alright, so now here are the two problems that I want you to try. Try your best, go back to the video to watch the examples. And as always, if you have any questions, please write them down so I can clarify anything. So thank you so much for being diligent, taking good notes, and pausing the video when I need you to really understand it and rewind it to get all of the information. And now I'm hoping you are ready to learn and ready to go at it in class today. So thank you so much and have a great day.